you mentioned the 3 A's when feeling stuck.
Yeah.
Can you go through those 3 A's? I really loved them. I wrote it down in my own notebook,
Yeah,
and it was one of my favorite things you talked about.
we can't really change or have movement without also accepting where we are. And I find with athletes and high performing professionals, sometimes they hate this word acceptance because it means that we're just accepting it as it is, or we're throwing in the towel, and like quite the opposite. But
Hmm.
the first step of the A's is like acknowledging, like, this is where I'm at. I am batting seventh. I haven't gotten a hit in 28 games. Like I am like this is where I'm at. We have to like really acknowledge it. Now, acknowledgement for most of us, like, I think sometimes it's like, yeah, it sucks, but then we kind of keep it moving, right? Or we like push it away, or we don't really want to address it. But acknowledgement, first step, we got to kind of like put it out there, say what it is. Acceptance is okay, and I realize like deeply that this is where I'm at and this is how I got here. I'm batting seventh and I haven't gotten a hit in 28 games because I haven't worked on the things that I need to do. I've been hanging out with my friends. I've been partying. I've been missing practices. I've been whatever, right? Like, I keep avoiding working on the pitch I have to do. It's like, really, acceptance is different than acknowledgement, because acknowledgement is like surface level. At least I'm not in denial anymore. That's step one. The second A is acceptance of like, how did I get here? And then,
Hmm.
am I willing? Is there a willingness and an ownership to really go into the third A, which is choosing an alternative action, which is like, okay, so what I'm doing is not working. Like, and sometimes maybe this means like choosing, like Ashley said, like doing something completely opposite, right? But we keep trying different behaviors until we figure out what lands. And so sometimes we'd be crazy to think the same hitting drills work for every single athlete. We'd be crazy to think the same pitching coach is ideal for every pitcher. We'd be crazy to think the same fielding drills work for every athlete. So I think when you're an athlete and you're like, I cannot figure out my backhand, like, we have to acknowledge it. My backhand is not where it needs to be. Except why? Like, what do I really need to do to improve my backhand? Like, how did I get here? Like, all my teammates have a good backhand. Like, what are they doing that I'm not? Like, really sit with it. How do I feel that my backhand's not there? Do I feel nervous and get on game day if someone hits a ball to the right side? Like, what? Like, really just own it, and then come up with a plan that is different, because you guys have all heard the definition of insanity is continuing to do the same thing over and over again. It's like, what can we do differently? And if that doesn't work, what can we do differently? It's all about alternative action.